So let's get into our comfortable seated position. Sit up nice and tall. Sit up on a blanket if you can. Blanket or a pillow. And you can close your eyes. Start to follow the breath in and out. Just watch the breath as it comes in and out. Just nice, deep, slow breath. Relax your jaw. Soften your temples. Take your shoulders up towards your ears and then take them back and float them down. Feel the crown of your head rise toward the sky and that tailbone root down into the earth. Again, watch the breath as it comes in and out. If your legs are crossed, place your hands on your knees, kind of pull on your knees and feel the chest open. Feel the kind of the shoulder blades drawing in toward each other, opening up through the chest. Now keep that action. Keep the chest opening and lifting and the crown of the head rising up, and bring your hands to the sides of your ears. Take a breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, bring your hands together. So your thumbs are going to come right between your third eye, between your eyebrows, to your third eye. Inhale here. And exhale, take your hands to your heart. And let's do that again. Breath in. Exhale. Palms come together. Collect your thoughts. Inhale. Exhale, offer your thoughts to your heart. And one more time. Breath in. Exhale, quiet the mind. Collect your thoughts. Inhale here. And then take your thoughts and offer them to your heart. You can just bow your chin towards your chest. All right, so just bring your hands back down onto your lap. We're gonna work a lot on the upper body, the chest and the shoulders, releasing the weight of the world from our shoulders, from our chest. We've, had these last few months, 7 months, I think it's been now, have been tough. These last few weeks have been even tougher for a lot of us, and we're probably carrying a lot of stress. So we're gonna just try to open up the shoulders. I know we do this a lot anyway, but it's a little bit focused on that area. So let's take our hands and reach them out in front, interlace your fingers and turn your palms out. Then take your shoulders back. And then we're gonna take the arms up and overhead. So just kind of notice how your shoulders open here. Inhale. Maybe take the shoulders back and down. Try to get a little bit more space. So this is just an option, pressing up toward the sky. If this feels good for you, you can stay here. If this feels like your shoulders are a little tight, then you can come back down and get your strap. We do this all the time with our strap. So either way, if it feels good with your fingers interlaced, go ahead and stay there. Otherwise, we're going to take our strap and we're going to reach the arms up. We want the palms facing out. So we're going to pulling on the strap. Pulling to the right, pulling to the left. Shoulders back and down. So you can just kind of notice what feels better for you. For most of us, sometimes a strap helps get a little bit more range of motion. Pull to the right, pull to the left, lift the chest. And then bring your hands down. So if you had your fingers interlace them the other way, the non-dominant way you would normally do it. Bring them out and up Or we're going to take the strap again. So straps, if wrists are in line with the shoulders, and we're going to reach up. And again, we're just pulling to the right and pulling to the left. Take the shoulders down, away from your ears. And breathe. And then carefully bring your arms down. And put the strap aside if you have it. All right, so now we're going to take our arms out to the sides. We're going to cross the right elbow under the left and either take your hands onto your shoulders or bring your backs of your hands together or your palms together. Then we're going to just press up and forward. Reach the crown of the head toward the sky. Keep your belly drawing in and up. Focus on your breath. Kind of squeezing your elbows in toward each other. And continue to breathe. Pressing the elbows toward each other and then away from your body. And then unwind. Bring them down. You can shrug your shoulders. Arms are going to come out. Reach nice and long. Really open up here. And then we'll take the left under the right this time. Feel free to hold on to your shoulders, or you can bring the backs of your hands together or your palms together. Press up and forward. Shoulders down, away from your ears. Elbows pressing in toward each other, really feeling the back open across the shoulder blades. And then let's unwind again. And again, you can shrug your shoulders. And then we'll get our strap. So we're going to take the strap. We're just going to take the strap and drape it over our right wrist. I'm going to take a hold of it, reach the right arm up, and then bend at the elbow for Gomukhasana arms. And then we'll help it along. We're going to we want the arm to be close to our ear. And we want the tricep facing the front of your mat. So you take your hand on your tricep and get that rotation of the arm. And then we'll take the left arm out and then reach back and find your strap. So yeah, use your straps if you have one. And then we'll take the left shoulder down away from our ear and the right shoulder down away from our ear. Open up the chest, keep the chest lifted. Pull toward the top and then pull down toward the bottom. And keep the chest lifted. Couple more breaths. And then we'll release. And we'll switch sides. So take the left arm out, take a hold of your strap, and then we're going to reach up. Bend the elbow. Bring your arm close to your ear, and then turn your tricep toward the front of your mat. And then we'll take the right arm out, and then reach around behind you and find your strap. Just crawl. It doesn't matter how close your hands get to each other. It's more about keeping the chest open. We want to take the shoulders down away from our ears. And breathe. All right, one more breath. And then we're going to release. And again, put the strap over to one side. Okay, so now we're going to walk the right hand over to the right. And we're going to drop our right ear to our right shoulder. Then we're going to take the left arm up and overhead. root down through the left sit bone. So we want this left sit bone even with the right. So we don't want the hip popping up. And just let your head go. Just let the head drop towards your shoulder. You can push into your right hand and really reach through the sit bone and the fingers. So opening up through the side body. Breathe over to that left side and into your rib cage. Hold it here. Try not to sink forward. We want to keep the chest lifted. Hold it here. And let's take one more breath. And then slowly start to come all the way up. And just sit here for a breath. And kind of notice the left from the right side. All right, we're gonna do that on the other side. So the left hand will walk over to the left. We're gonna just let the left ear drop toward the shoulder. And now we'll take the right arm up and over. Keeping that right sit bone rooted down into your mat. Just let the head fall. So just release. Breathe here. Stay here for one more breath. And then slowly come up and sit up tall. You can just notice your right from your left. Notice how that feels. All right, now we're going to add on to that. We're going to do the one we normally do. So now we're going to walk the right hand over again. We still want to keep this left sit bone down. We're going to drop the right ear to the right shoulder. And then we're going to take the left arm out and maybe back and down. Just find that spot in your upper trapezius. You want to keep the left sit bone rooted down into your mat. So if you do feel like you're tipping over, you might need a block or something. And then we want to stay here for a few breaths. We want to get into the fascia. So that's a little harder than stretching a muscle. So we usually stay a little bit longer in this type of a pose. Just nice, deep breaths. All right, let's take 2 more breaths here. And then we'll take our right hand onto our ear and slowly bring your head up. And sit here again and notice the left from the right. We'll set up for the other side. So we'll walk the left hand out. We'll take the left ear to the left shoulder. And then we're going to take the right arm out and back and down or wherever. You're going to find that spot right up in your upper trapezius. You want to feel it right here. So it's going to be a little different for each one of us. And send your breath over to your neck. Any areas that might feel a little constricted. Keep that right sit bone pressing down. You may notice as you hold this for a few more breaths that you go a little bit deeper. You might even feel a release. And then we'll take our left hand onto our ear and slowly be gentle. Bring your head up. Sit up nice and tall. All right. So let's come into a seated position, but we're going to sit this way with our knees bent. And then we're going to take our hands behind us with our fingers pointing in toward our buttocks. All right, lift the chest. We're gonna bend, squeeze your elbows together and lift your chest. So just place your feet down, kind of root the feet down. We're gonna do that a few breaths. So we're gonna bend the elbows, squeeze them in and lift your chest. And do that again. Bend, squeeze, and lift. Do you wanna do this with me? You wanna do this with everybody, Molly? Bend, squeeze, and lift. Let's do that 3 more times. Bend, squeeze, and lift. 2 more. So just lean back, squeeze the elbows in, keep the chest lifted. And then 1 more. Bend, squeeze, lift. And then just sit up. You can hug your knees. All right, so now we're gonna do that again. If that was easy for you, maybe you can take your fingers and turn them toward the top of your mat. So it's a little bit more challenging. So you can try that way, or if you want, just go back to where we were. All right, so then we're gonna bend, squeeze, and lift. Bend, squeeze, and lift. If this is still really easy for you, you can walk your hands in a little bit closer toward each other. Entirely different stretch in the arms. Bend, squeeze, lift. Let's keep going. Bend the elbows, squeeze, and lift. 1 more. Bend, squeeze, lift your heart. And then again, hug your knees in. All right. So let's come on to our backs. Keep your strap nearby, but just nearby. And then we're gonna lie down all the way onto our backs. So we're gonna go through the morning series. And you know, if any of you are near a wall and you wanna take your feet to the wall, you can do that. Otherwise, we can just do it in the middle of the room. So we're gonna start with our feet together and our arms overhead. You can hook your thumbs together. We're gonna take a breath in. Inhale. And as you exhale, press through your heels and reach through your fingertips. Draw your navel in and up. Inhale, release. Switch the grip of your thumbs. Exhale, press through your heels. Really lengthen through the waist and the side body. Reach through your fingertips. Inhale, release. Exhale, press through the heels and lengthen. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale. You can switch your grip if you want. And stretch through the heels, reach the fingertips. And then bring your hands down by your side. All right, we're gonna bring our feet together. So we're flexing our toes toward our shins. And then we're gonna pump our feet. So imagine that your toes are held together by a rubber band. And we're just gonna pump our feet on our exhale. So it looks like this. And you want your whole body into the action. Okay, otherwise we don't want this. We don't want to just move the feet. We're actually moving the whole body. So let's take a breath in. And on the exhale, we're gonna pump our feet, pump the feet. Point and flex, point and flex. Get your whole body into it. Inhale and relax. Exhale, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Inhale, let it go. And 1 more time, exhale, pump your feet. So your head should even be moving. We're trying to get into the fascia, the whole back of the body, and then release. All right, now we're gonna make circles to the right and then to the left. So same thing, we're gonna inhale and we do the work on the exhale. So we're gonna take a breath in, and exhale, make circles, 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 and your whole body is moving. Circles to the right, and then stop. on the inhale. Exhale, circles to the left. And stop. And let's do that again. Exhale to the right. Stop. Exhale to the left. And then one more time each side. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale. Exhale to the left. And stop. All right, now we're going to do a straight leg twist, and we've done this before. And this is really good for really stretching up through the thoracic spine. A lot of our twists are usually actually a lot of our twists are in the lumbar, the thoracic spine, so this is really getting into the lumbar. So let's just take your right foot. We're going to put the right Achilles tendon into your left, between your left big toe and second toe. So we're going to dig it in there. Then we're going to take the right arm out to the right. The left hand's going to come over onto your right shoulder. And we're going to take an inhale here. And as we exhale, take your body over to the left. So that right shoulder can come up. It's fine. The right hip's going to come up. We're just going into this straight leg twist. So even you're just kind of taking your left hand and drawing your chest toward the floor. Doesn't matter how far over you get. And then we're going to come up on the inhale. Uncross. So we'll do that on the other side. We'll take the left Achilles between the right big toe and second toe. Left arm's going to come out. Right hand onto your left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. Take your toes over to the right. And we're kind of dragging the chest over to the right. So it's a straight leg twist. Inhale, come up. Switch sides. Right Achilles goes into the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, left hand over on the right shoulder and twist over to the left. Inhale, come up. And we'll switch. Left Achilles between the right big toe and second. Exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale, up. One more time each side. Exhale, right Achilles into the left. We're going to twist over to the left. And just notice how this feels. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper. Maybe you can even leave your right shoulder down. It's okay either way. Come up. And then the left heel is going to come in between the right toes, and we're going to come over to the right. And then come on up. Uncross and just stay here for a breath. So I usually leave those out, but I wanted to include all of those in there this morning. Every now and then I bring it in. I've actually been doing this a lot in the morning series, and I really like it. So now we're going to take it, we're going to come into another twist. We're going to hug the right knee up, take our left hand onto our right knee, the left leg stays straight and long, and then we're going to twist over to the left, and the right arm can come out. Nobody's home to get to call her away. Hi, Molly. Can you say hi to everybody? Say hello, everybody. Inhale, lengthen through your left foot. Exhale, twist. Molly, go to your place. Go on, go to your place. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. One more time. Inhale, nice long stretch through the left leg. Exhale, twist. And then bring your knee up. And we'll let that foot glide to the edge of our mat. Other side, left knee's going to come up. Inhale, exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale, lengthen through your right leg. Press through that heel. And then as we exhale, maybe you can take your knee a little closer to the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, exhale. So just a nice deep twist through the spine. I love this one. Bring your knee up and let that foot float. And now we'll go with our breath, one movement. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, twist. Inhale the knee up. Exhale, release. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, knee up. Exhale, float your foot. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, release. And last one, inhale, left knee comes up. Exhale and twist. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale and just let that foot glide and just stay here. Now we're going to take the right knee back up and we're going to clasp around the shin. The left leg is straight and long. And then we're going to exhale and bring our forehead or our chin toward our knee. Push through the left heel. Hug it in. Hug it in. Now if this is hard on your neck, you can just stay here and hug it in. And then release. Left knee's going to come up. Exhale. If it's okay, take your forehead or your chin towards your knee. Press through your right heel. Hug it in. And then release, and we're going to go with our breath. Exhale, right knee up. Inhale, release. Exhale, left knee up. Inhale and release. Exhale, right knee comes back up. Squeeze it in. Inhale, release. Exhale. Left knee up. And then inhale and float your foot. And just stay here for a breath. And now both legs. So we're going to bring both knees up. Exhale, forehead towards your knees. Hold it in here. Squeeze it in. And then inhale. You can release and bring your arms overhead if you'd like. Exhale, hug in. Inhale. And release your feet to the edge of your mat, arms overhead. Exhale, hug everything in. Inhale, release. We'll do that 2 more times. Exhale, you're gonna feel a little bit of work in the core on this one. Exhale, and release and float your feet. And let's do that 1 more time. Exhale, hug it in. And inhale, and release. You can bring your hands back down onto your belly. We're going to bring the knees back into our chest and clasp around your shins. So if some of you can hold on to your opposite elbows, that's fine. Maybe just hold on to your wrists or just hold on to your shins. Whatever helps you hold your legs in. And then we're going to take a breath in. We're going to exhale and take our knees over to the right. Just to the point where you don't fall over. And then come back up on the inhale. As you exhale, go over to the left. Same thing, just to the point where you're not going to fall over. And come back up. And then just do that on your own. A few more times, just going from one side to the other. Giving yourself a massage into your back, the whole back. Keeping the shoulders pressing into your mat. Try not to fall over. Now let's do that 1 more time on each side. And then come on back to center. Place your feet down and then find your strap. So we're going to do Supta Padangusthasana. We're not going into the hip series yet. We'll do that. We're going to do some other variations of it later. But this is we're going to do a little, like we're going to do 3 times on each side, and so a little bit quicker. So we're going to take the strap around the right heel and extend the left leg long. And we're going to, actually, I think I'm going to do it this way. So I'm going to do it with the strap around my heel. But you can do whatever you want. If you want to use your loop, that's fine. We're going to lock the shoulders down. Press the right thigh bone away from your chin. Inhale here. So we hold it for 3 breaths. Exhale. Lock the shoulders down. Flex through both feet. So that left leg is long. One more breath here. And then we're going to switch sides. So the right leg will go long. We're going to flex through the left foot and the right foot. Lock your shoulders down. Press the left thigh going away. Hold it here for 3 breaths. Pull down on your strap. And then we're going to switch again. So we're going to do this 3 times on each side. Breathe here, 3 breaths. Right leg is lifted. Left leg is long. And then we switch. Extend the right leg, left leg comes up. And then one more time on each side. Right leg's gonna come up, left leg extends to the edge of your mat. And then switch. And then go ahead and release and just put the strap aside. Take your arms back overhead, bring your feet together, hook your thumbs together, inhale, exhale, full body stretch. Inhale, switch your grip, exhale, full body stretch. Inhale, switch your grip, exhale, full body stretch. And then inhale, release. All right, so now just roll over to one side and come onto your hands and knees. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. We're just going to take our tailbone toward the knees, push the floor away, look up at your belly button for a cat pose. Inhale, take your tailbone toward the sky. Belly drops toward the mat, broaden across your collarbones. Exhale, back to cat. Inhale, come back to cow. And one more time, exhale. And inhale. And then come on back to neutral spine. Turn your toes under and let's lift into a downward facing dog. So right now your heels are high, bend your knees. Take your chest to your thighs. Spread your fingers wide. And then look at your knees so your neck stays long. And then maybe you can straighten your legs. And if you want, you can bend one knee and press to the opposite heel. And then switch, pedal your feet. And now look towards your hands and walk your feet and your hands together, ending in your forward bend. Fold here, you can hold on to your opposite elbows or let your arms dangle. And then take a breath in and then let that go. Breathe in and then release. Just feel the whole weight of the world dropping off of your shoulders. One more breath in and let it go. Now take your hands onto your hips and come all the way up. All right, so let's find our strap again. And we're going to, we've done this before, so we're going to do the harness. So if your strap's not long enough, you can put 2 straps together. These new ones are nice, the 10-foot one. So let me demonstrate. We're going to take the strap. I'm going to take it out of here. We're going to take the strap up around our back and under our armpits. So hold on, I'm just redoing this. I want to show you something. All right, so we're going to take it like this. And you want equal length on each side. So it's right under your armpits like that. And then you want this equal length here. And then we're going to take it over our shoulders. So it's like a backpack. I know a lot of you know how to do this. We've done this a lot. So if you're struggling, this is where everyone gets messed up though. Okay, so now we're going to make an X. We're going to cross it right up at the C7, right at the base of our cervical spine right here. All right. And then we take the straps over. So you want to find it here and you want to find it here. So see, it's just like a backpack on the front. All right. And then we're just going to walk our hands up toward our armpits and then pull down. Feet are hip distance, so we're in Tadasana legs. Walk your hands up and pull down. And most people love this. We're going to do that again one more time like this. And then we're going to just add on. So now we're going to take our left ear to our left shoulder and pull on the left side. Feet are rooting down into your mat. Take your low belly in and up. Keep your chest lifted. So pull down. So we're going back into that trapezius area, the upper shoulders and the neck. And slowly come up. And we'll do it on the other side. We're going to pull on the right. So the right ear drops down toward the right shoulder. And pulling on the right side. And just feel that release. So the longer we hold it, we really let the neck release. And then bring your head up. You can walk your hands up. And I know all of you know this little trick, but that's why I wanted to do it. You can always create your own harness at home. Maybe if you're working at your desk and your shoulders are feeling tight, you can always just tighten this up. I'm not gonna be able to do it right now. So or you could even just do this. You could probably just make a knot here, and then you can walk around in your home and have your own harness, and it'll help you keep your shoulders and neck open. So let's, if you want to, if you're still there, pull open. You guys can do this whenever you want. This one's really nice. I love this. And then we're going to put it aside. All right. So let's now take the strap, and you might need to fold it in half. We usually do this one seated. We're going to take the arms out, and we're bringing it up and over. So we've done this before. We're going to do the rotation of the shoulders, just standing this time. So arms come up and back and up and back. You know this. And just go where you can go. You might want to pick it up a little bit. And then you can add your figure 8. So you take the right arm back and the left arm in front. And then switch sides, left arm back, right in front. All right, and then go ahead and let's just bring it back in front and put the strap aside. We are going to use it again. Okay, so this is something my teacher did in one of her practices the other day, and it's kind of fun. And apparently it's really good for letting go. So really what we're just going to start doing is rolling our shoulders. So you can start rolling them back. And you just kind of like you're dancing. Just do good. Roll them back. And then you can start rolling them forward. And then you can do one, just go at your own pace, really kind of work in the shoulders, and then go in the opposite. Okay, so now this is where the tricky part comes in. And so apparently we get so caught up in it, we really loosen up here. So you're going to roll your right shoulder back and your left shoulder forward. Right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. So just play around with that for a little bit. Right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. So a little confusing. We kind of trick our minds, right? But I think the idea is to just really let go. So right shoulder back, left shoulder forward. Let's do it a couple more times. And I had to practice this too, because it is hard to do. All of a sudden you find yourself going in the other direction. So now we'll do the opposite. So left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. This would probably be more fun if I was in the room with you. Left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Left shoulder back, right shoulder forward. Just do what you can do. Do a couple more times. And then just kind of go back into that release. Just let it all go. Forward, backwards. All right. So nice and loose in the shoulders. We're still working on the shoulders though. All right, so we're gonna take our strap again. And you can watch me first. We're gonna go into triangle toes. So if you don't have a loop, you can just hold on to the strap if you don't have a buckle. But if you have a loop, you want it shoulder distance. Okay, so because we're gonna have our hands in the strap like this. So you kind of want it in line with your shoulders. All right, but we're gonna have it back here. So let's take our left foot forward, right foot back. We're gonna come into triangle. You want your left heel to intersect your back arch. So then your hands are gonna be in your strap like this. If you've got a loop, if not, you can just hold your strap like this, okay? So let me demonstrate this way, and then I'll turn around. So we're gonna go into triangle, shoulder squeeze back, and together. And then we're gonna inhale and exhale, come into triangle, right? We're hinging over the front leg, but our hands are like this. So it's a little harder. We're not gonna stay here too long because there's a little bit of core involved this time, because we're not using our hand on our leg or on a block. So really engaging your abdominals, but really keep the chest lifted. So your left shoulder is drawing toward you, just as if you were going to take your left hand down onto a block, right? And the right shoulder stacks over the left. And then come up. Turn your feet to the other direction. So now your right toes will point forward, left toes in, open the chest. Inhale, exhale, we're coming into triangle, just like we were going to take our right hand down onto our block, right? But instead our hands are behind us. Keep the chest lifted. It's a little bit different. We've never done this one before. Root down through the soles of your feet. And just keep your head, neck active. And then let's come up nice and slow. Bring your feet in line with each other. Step your feet together. Just take your arms out for a sec. All right, so we're going to do that again, but this time we're going to do pyramid pose. So I'm going to turn this way. Same thing, you want your hands back here. Now, if you don't want to use a strap, you can put your hands down on your block or on a chair. So let's take a step back with our right leg. The left leg will stay forward. So just like before, we're opening up the chest. Low belly's going to draw up towards your chin. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale and exhale. Come forward. So you're going to pulling each wrist into your strap to keep the chest lifted. So just go where you can go here. Inhale, lengthen. Let's pull the left hip back, right hip forward. Crown of your head reaches forward. Left hip presses forward. Left hip presses back, right hip forward. And then come up. And step your feet together and we'll switch sides. So now the right foot's forward, left foot's back. Square off your shoulders. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hinge forward. And just bring your arms where they can go. Go where you can go here. Good, nice. Yeah, it's a little different, right? Opening up the shoulders a little bit more. You might feel with a couple more breaths, and as it releases, you might get your arms up a little bit higher. Pull that right hip back. And then let's come all the way up. And step your feet together. You can remove the strap. Just hang on to it though. So we're going to do one more. So so we're going to come into Prasarita flex. Step your feet apart this way. Hands are back in the strap. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the chest. And then we're going to inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. So your arms are going to come up and over. Pulling at your strap. Inhale, draw your kneecaps up into your thighs. Keep your legs active, rooting down through the soles of our feet. Let the crown of your head fall heavy if that feels okay. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. But then take the shoulders away from your ears. So you're not hunching your shoulders up. You want some space there. And then slowly come all the way up. Step your feet together. Put the strap over to one side. And maybe go your shoulders around again. And loosen them up. Okay. So let's come into Tadasana. Reach your arms up and overhead. And then exhale, swan dive forward. And we're going to step back to downward facing dog. So this might feel really good right now, stretching out the shoulders, all the work we've been doing. That's a good time to just maybe pedal your feet, wiggle your hips, really stretch through the arms, look at your knees, keep your neck long. And then we're going to shift forward onto our hands and knees. Take your knees wide and take a child's pose. Take your knees wide, bring your heels together. And then take your tailbone to your heels. And just take a few breaths in child's pose. All right, come on back up onto your hands and knees. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do this. Have a seat for a sec. We're going to do some serratus anterior push-ups, but I want to show you where your serratus anterior is. Okay, and then we'll go back into that. So take your right arm out, just out in front of your shoulder. And then we're going to take our left hand and kind of take it under your armpit. So it's on your ribs, on your rib cage. Okay, so you kind of can feel your fingertips on your ribs there. And then reach forward and backwards. So reach forward and backwards. So you feel that muscle, you feel that underneath your fingertips. That's your serratus anterior. Let's do that one more time. So when we work this, we can really release the neck and shoulders. Let's just try it on the other side so we kind of know we have one on each side. So the left arm's going to come forward. Take your right hand under your armpit and try to get your fingertips on your rib cage. And then we're going to reach forward and back. So it's just, you're just reaching forward. We're not really doing anything fancy. We just want to feel that muscle. All right. So you kind of have an idea where that is. All right. So now let's come back onto our hands and knees. And then we're going to come onto our forearms. And you can interlace your fingers. So let's start with our knees on the mat. And then if you're feeling it, you can always take your knees off. So we're going to inhale and just kind of drop your chest toward the floor. And then exhale, push into your forearms and broaden across your shoulders. So inhale, release. Exhale, push. Inhale, lower. So you're kind of lowering down toward the floor. And then exhale, just a subtle movement. Inhale. So just pushing. And anterior serratus push-ups. So we're working those muscles that we just touched. So now, if you want, we're going to do a bunch of these. We're going to do like 3 sets of 5. So that was 1. Let's do it again. If you want to try it, you can take your toes back and you can lower and lift. So we're going to do 5 of these. Either way. I think I lost count. This was before And one more. And then take a break. You can even take a child's pose. Stretch that out. And then again, come back so you can stay on your knees or take your toes back. And we'll do 5 more. So inhale, lower down. And we're not lowering close. It's just a little movement. Exhale, we broaden across the shoulder blades. Inhale and exhale. So it's not like a full push-up. We're working those muscles. Do 2 more. And then you can press back to child's pose. All right. So let's come from here, come back up on your hands and knees, and then come onto your belly. And bring your strap nearby. So take your hands, and we're going to take our strap, and again, you can use the loop if you want, or you can just hold on to your strap. If you're using the loop, it's right around your wrists. Otherwise, you're going to just hold on to it. Chin comes to the center of your mat. Inhale, reach your right leg back and touch your toes down. And then inhale, left leg comes out and down. So really just lengthening through the leg. Take another breath. And then this time when we inhale, we're going to lift the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Use that strap. We're going to pull into the strap. If your wrists are in there, or if you're holding on to it, you're going to pull the strap. It's really opening the chest. You should be able to shake your head no, so no tension in the neck. Inhale, slide your hands towards your thighs. Maybe lift your thighs. Squeeze the shoulder blades. One more breath. And then come all the way down and just turn and look to one side. You can put the strap aside. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your chin back to center. Pick up your right leg. Reach it to the edge of your mat. Pick up your left leg. Reach it to the edge of your mat. Touch your toenails down. This time we're going to keep the toes down. And we're going to lift the heart for cobra. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lift the chest. Inhale. Try to touch all toenails down so you're not dumping into your low back. We want to really keep the upper back working so we're not dumping into our low back. So the tailbone's drawing toward our heels. And then come all the way down. Turn and look to one side. So you can do cobra. You can do locust again. Or if you want to go into Dhanurasana, chin will come back to center. We're going to bend the knees. Hands come back by your hips. Inhale, lift your heart. Reach back and find your ankles. Or you can put a strap around your ankles if you have a little trouble reaching your ankles. I'll demonstrate, maybe. Like this. So you can always use a strap here. Like this to help you get up. Otherwise, you're going to reach your ankles, flex your feet, kick into your hands. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the chest. Breathe deeply. Don't hold your breath. The more you kick into your hands, the more you're going to get that lift in the chest. And then come down. Turn and look to the other side. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And then you can press back to child's. All right, come on back up and have a seat. So we're just gonna kind of flip over and have a seat, and we're gonna come onto our backs again. Now keep your strap, if you've got your loop, keep your loop. We're gonna come onto our backs, and we're gonna go into bridge. So we use straps a lot in bridge. You have the option, I know we always use them draped over our hands, so that's one option. So let me demonstrate this. First one, we usually do this. It straps over our hands, and then we lift up like this. If you want to play around with it with your loop, you can do the same thing. This time the strap's going to be underneath your butt. You have it around your wrists. Walk your heels in, lift the chest. Inhale, lift your hips. Walk your shoulders underneath your chest. So if you've got your loop here, you kind of pull to the right and pull to the left. If you've got a hold of your strap, your palms are facing up, and you're still kind of pulling to the right and the left. Inhale, keep the chest lifted, take your low belly toward your chin. Pull on your strap. And then lower. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So pick what you like. You might want to just kind of alternate, maybe try something else this time. I'm going to do it with my hands holding the strap this time. All right, walk the heels in. Lift your hips. Walk the shoulders under your chest. Lift your hip. Low belly draws towards your chin. Quadriceps towards your hips. Imagine that there's a block in between your inner thighs. And then come down. Upper back, middle back, lower back. So we're going to do that one more time. If you're tired of this and you want to just put a block underneath your hips and right at the top of your, right here at the top of your tailbone, you can do that. Just take a restorative, supported back bend, or decide again. Maybe some of you want to interlace your fingers underneath your hips, or use whatever kind of variation of the strap you want to go with. All right, root down through the soles of your feet, and we're going to lift our hips. Pick up the right, walk it underneath your chest. Pick up the left shoulder, walk it underneath your chest. Take the low belly in and up. Maybe you can lift a little bit higher. Maybe you can even come up onto your toes. And then come down. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Take a windshield wiper your legs from side to side. All right, so let's get our strap again. And let's take we're gonna go back into Supta Pada Kristasana. So let's take our strap around the right heel, extend the left leg long. Lock the shoulders down. Take the right thigh away from your chin. Hold it here. And let's take both ends of the strap into our left hand or your loop. And we're going to take our right heel over in line with our left shoulder. Left thumb is going to come into our right hip crease. Left leg stays. Right thumb is going to come into our right hip crease. Should I say that? We're going to push the right thigh away from us and the low belly toward us. And that left leg is strong. We're going to press through that left heel. And then you can stay right here. If you want to take this a little bit deeper, we can take the leg over to the left a little bit more. You can even take your right arm out to the right. And then on your exhale, bring your leg up. And we'll switch sides. Right leg goes long, left leg's over the hip. Flex through both feet, lock the shoulders down. Take your left thigh away from your chin, and the low belly toward your chin. And then let's take both ends of the strap into our right hand. Left thumb comes into your left hip crease. And we're going to take our left heel in line with our right shoulder. And use your left thumb to press your left thigh away. Really lengthen through your right leg. Get that inner right thigh to kind of spin down toward the floor. And then if you want, you can take your leg a little bit further over to the right, or you can just keep it over your right shoulder, wherever you want to go with this. And if you're going into this full extension, you're going to extend your left arm out. And then bring your leg up. Or remove the strap. Let's take it around the right foot again. And if you want to, you can put a blanket to the outside of your right hip. Left leg goes long. Left hand on your left hip bone. And then we're going to take the leg out to the right. Keep the left hip pulling down toward the floor. Extend through your left heel. Keep your chest lifted. And then bring your leg up. Using your core. We'll switch sides. We're going to take this blanket over to the left. We'll bring the strap around the left heel. Right leg goes long and strong. Lock that left shoulder down. Inhale. Right hand on your right hip bone. Exhale, lower your leg over to the left. Keep your right hand on that right hip bone. Pull it down. Draw your left toes towards your ear. And then go ahead and on your exhale, bring your leg up. Use your core strength. Put the strap aside. And let's take our knees up over our hips. Actually, you know what? I'll do the internal next to the rotation if we wait a few minutes. Let's bend your knees, keep your feet on the floor. And let's slide the right foot over and then take the right knee in towards your left heel. And we'll take the left foot onto the right thigh. Right arm can come overhead. And then take a hold of your wrist with your right hand, if that works for your shoulders. If you prefer, you can always keep your hands on your hips. We want to make sure our right knee is in line with our right shoulder. And then let's switch sides. So come back up, slide the left foot over, let that left knee drop in towards your right foot. And then take your right foot on your left thigh if that works for you. Hands can stay on your belly, or you can take your left arm overhead and then take a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Low belly draws in and up. Maybe even drag your right heel down your leg. And then uncross, bring your feet back on the mat. Square off your hips. Let your right knee drop over to the right and then take your right foot behind your left heel. Maybe just stay here with your left foot, or you can come into cross-legged position with your left heel in front of your right shin. Or maybe you can even take your left foot onto your right thigh. And then hands again can stay on your belly, or maybe overhead, or you might even take a hold of your opposite elbows. And let's uncross. And we'll switch sides. Left knee drops over to the left. We slide that right foot behind our right heel. And maybe this is enough right here. Or you can come into cross-legged position with the heel in front of your left shin. Or maybe you can take your right foot onto your left thigh. So just kind of see, this side can be different than the other. So you may be able to go farther on one side and not on the other. Just kind of pay attention and see what feels good or feels bad. If it feels bad, just go take one layer off. Arms can come overhead. If you held your elbows, maybe switch the grip. Take your low belly up towards your chin. And then let's uncross. Hug your knees into your chest, rock from side to side. And then take your right knee over your left and hug your knees in again. If you want, you can slide your hands down to your ankles and kind of just gently pull your legs apart. And even take your knees over to the left. Flex your feet. Bring your knees back to center. Uncross, we'll switch sides. Left knee over the right. Hug your knees in. And maybe just stay right here. You're gonna get that nice big stretch right into your piriformis on the left. You can always slide your hands down if that feels okay. And then maybe take your knees over slightly to the right to deepen the stretch. And then uncross. Place your feet down onto the floor. Let's take our right ankle over our left knee. Stay right here. Just gently push your right leg away or pick the left foot up and slide your right hand through and clasp around your left thigh. Flex your feet. Draw the left knee up towards your shin. You can always use your right elbow to press that right leg away. Again, even here, maybe take your legs slightly over to the left. Right piriformis muscle. And then bring your knees back in. We're going to uncross and switch sides. So bring both feet down. Option to take the right foot down and just cross and stay here with your left hand on your left leg. Or pick up the foot, slide through, clasp around your right thigh. Draw the right knee towards your nose. Use your left elbow to gently press that left leg away. Maybe even take your leg slightly over to the right. Just finding that nice stretch in your piriformis. And bring your knees up, uncross. Hug your knees into your chest. Take your arms out to your sides. Place your feet down. Now let's scoot our hips over to the right and take your right knee over your left, and we'll take our knees over to the left. Now, if you don't want to cross your legs, you can just take the right knee on top of the left. Try to keep the right shoulder down. And maybe just look over you can just look over your left hand. Keep the neck soft. We worked the neck a lot today. Bring your knees up, uncross. We're going to scoot the hips over to the left, cross the left over the right, and then we're going to take the knees over to the right. I don't know what Molly wants. Come here, come. I don't know what you want. You're going to have to just wait. She's very needy. Go lie down. Can you go to your place? All right, bring your knees up. Uncross, hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Take your forehead to your knees. Squeeze into a tiny little ball. And then let's find Shavasana. So you can do whatever's going to feel good for you. You can maybe roll up a blanket and place it underneath your knees, or you can take your knees up onto your couch. You see a lot of couches, or a chair, or whatever's going to feel good for you. Yeah. Maybe just bend your knees and knock them together. And then just go ahead and scan your body. Just see how you feel. So if there's anything you're still holding on to, send your breath there. And then let that go. Relax your jaw. Relax your face. Just notice your whole face. Letting go. Relax your shoulders, your fingers, your toes. And just let your entire body melt into you. You can begin to awaken your body. Start to bring some movement into your fingers and your toes. Deepen your breath. Reach your arms overhead. Get a big stretch. Maybe even yawn. When you're ready, make your way over to one side. And just stay there for a couple more breaths as you make your connection back to your day. And then at your own pace, come up to a comfortable seated position. And sit here for a few more breaths with your eyes closed. Notice how you feel. We did a lot of work in the upper back, the neck, and the shoulders. Maybe released a little weight that we've been carrying around. Just notice how that feels. Notice how that feels now. And then notice maybe even check in a little bit later today and see how you feel. Maybe feel a little lighter. Just even a little freer, a little happier. And take your hands to your heart center. Thank yourself for getting on your mat this morning, for all this great stuff you're doing, not just for your body and your neck and your shoulders, but your mind and your spirit as well. I thank you so much. Thank you for being flexible and still being able to attend class. I know it's a little later on a Saturday, so I really appreciate that. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Namaste. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Karen.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll let you know about next week. I was telling a few people, I'm supposed to go to my mom's in New York on Monday.
Are you there, Frederick? Yeah.
They put the kibosh on it again. That we're not supposed to, New York isn't accepting Californians anymore. But I think if I might be able to go if I just quarantine at my mom's house. I don't know. I may just chicken out and not go at all. So if I do go, I'm going to try to teach the class from her house next Saturday. If I don't go, then we're on. But then the following Saturday, if I do go, I'll be traveling, so there won't be a class. So, but I'll keep you guys posted. I'll let you know. It's going to be a last minute decision. Southwest lets you cancel up to 10 minutes before your flight leaves. So it's not good for someone who's a procrastinator like I am. So, I don't know. I just feel if we don't go, we will never get there for the holidays. I mean, we're not going to get there for the holidays. And I don't know. It's frustrating. This just happened the other day. They put us back on the list. So New York is the only, I think New York and Connecticut and New Jersey are the only states that are not letting people in. But
Hawaii without a test too.
What's that?
Hawaii doesn't let you in now.
Oh, my development director, she and her husband were planning on going last week. They paid $150 each for their tests, and she sent them in. They had it was like their honeymoon because they couldn't go last year for some reason. And then they called her and said, you have to have a special test. It can't be just one of those regular tests. It has to be a special test. And you can't even get into these special tests for 3 months. So they had to cancel. Otherwise they'd have to stay in their hotel, the whole time. And they had plans to go all over the place. So she, so it's just crazy. It's like, just when you think you can, so the flights were cheap. They were so excited flights were cheap, but it was like a tease because, the flights are cheap, but you can't get there. Anyway, so they were disappointed.
Wow.
And then this just happened. And my mom, Isaiah, is really disappointed. You know what? Let me stop recording. He's really disappointed because